So that is the idea of the spiritual practices, and you might call auto-suggestions. We do not always know what is happening. A drunken man had been trying to sit on a train for Connecticut all evening. I hope Connecticut commuters will not mind. He had boarded 14 different ones, but none was his. Finally, a fellow commuter helped him on the right train and sat him next to a minister. Noticing the fellow's condition, the pastor said, "My heart goes out to you, brother. Do you realize that you are traveling the rough and rocky road to hell?" He started preaching. Ministers have bad habit of that. "Well, I'll be darned," replied the commuter. "It seems like I am still on the wrong train." So you cannot go either way. Even when the experience comes, you may not understand. Telephoning her neighbor in the next apartment, a woman yelled, "If you don't turn that stereo down, I'll go insane." Too late came the reply, "I turned it off an hour ago." But still she was hearing the stereo. This is the problem. The essential way seekers of God should know. Essential way is mastery over the mind. Charity, performances of austerity, gift, prayer, meditation, they essentially ultimately contribute to control of your mind. When you have that, these are not needed. And if you do not have that, these are useless. Mind is the only roadblock that has to be dismantled and has to be done by us. No shortcut is there. Nobody can do it for you. A man saw a fisherman standing in a lake with a mirror. "Excuse me," he said, "but could you tell me what you are doing?" "I am fishing." Have you heard anybody with a mirror went for fishing? A new technology. With a mirror? The first man asked. "Sure, it's the new invention. I'm going to make a fortune out of that." "Could you tell me how it works?" "Okay, but it will cost you $100. Even to know that. The first man was so curious that he handed the fisherman the money. "Now show me how it works." Well, the fisherman began. You aim the mirror into the water, and when the fish goes by, you startle him with the rays of the light reflected from the mirror. The fish gets confused, and then you grab him. The first fellow was shocked. You can't mean to tell me that how you fish. It is ridiculous. How many have you caught? He said, you are the fifth today. So he was the fifth fish. So in this way, we are trying constantly by this and display this. So essential way we must know. The essential message about the mind control, the third. Two sense organs are to be controlled, palate and the sex instinct. Often it is not talked about. The two are the four-star generals. Others are just kind of rookie and training and others. Unless they are carved, old age will not lessen it. It will make your earthly life also miserable. All troubles of life come from these two. And this control never happens unless you do it. Eating prasad, bathing in sacred water, making pilgrimage to the mountain gives you zero. That is the secret of all tapasya or austerity. Others are peanuts. Journey is perilous. It has rich rewards, but also great risks. Fear of falling. You need a special kind of strength to keep going. That strength comes from called ojas. Ojas in yogic term, a refined energy, remain collected in the brain, which is the halo of a saint or a pure person. Ordinary energy, what we gather through meals and others, they must be converted into that spiritual energy. If not, that energy will go out. You won't be able to keep it. Spiritual practices helped in that conversion. Through energy, what do you do? So quickly convert it into ojas. Tejas means physical energy, mental energy. Convert it into that. It remains stored in the upper centers, usually in the brain. And it gives a tremendous tenacity to the person, undaunted spirit. And that makes you go forward. Essential practice, building one thought wave by conscious, deliberate repetition of the sanskars. Earlier I said roadblock is the mind. Mind is made of sanskars, a subtle thought potency. These sanskaras remain stored. Environment and others can keep it suppressed. But they do not die down. Old age does not lessen this, their fury. In fact, as you get old, they become serious. A younger person can, with his nerve strength, can keep it suppressed, but not eliminate it. System of yoga says these sanskaras can be countered by a counter sanskara. Imperfections are in the form of thought, habit, sanskaras. That is the most distinct contribution of the yoga system. You cannot forget them, you cannot escape them, but you can counter them. So the whole purpose of prayer, meditation, japa and others sacraments is to feed one thought. That one thought, by feeding it every day by repetition, takes the form of a huge wave. And that suppresses and eats up all the other countless unfavorable thought waves. This is exactly what you do in your prayer, meditation, pilgrimage and others. Sitting in one posture, with one pointed mind, on one goal, daily, fixed time, it becomes a power. Next, if you want spiritual fruit, you must develop spiritual root. Yogic worship is not that, well, today I go this temple, tomorrow this church, tomorrow this. It's a kind of fashionable pastime. Most people do not have a spiritual root into one soil, committed to one ideal. Those who are very universal from the very beginning, they never develop because they have no root. To develop root, first you need commitment of your head, then commitment of your heart. The two must commit. You may intellectually feel stimulating, but you do not feel it. But you feel it, but it's not intellectually stimulating. When the two join, you commit yourself to a particular ideal and particular teaching. You came here, you followed a particular route. To come here, maybe 10 different routes are there. But which one is for you favorable and convenient? You have to choose. Yogic worship, not just I go and hear, offer flower, burn a candle. The symbols, light. That light of awakening must be there in you 24 hours. Flowers are your virtues, their symbolic expression. So therefore, we must understand the meaning of the scriptures and the words. Sri Ramakrishna told on a disciple, he from his early life bathed in the Ganges, memorized the text. One day he told him, is not your whole Vedas, Vedanta say God is the only reality? All else is non-essential. He said, yes, sir. Then what is the need of reading a whole lot? Now sit down and make it a fact. For many people it can be disease. Hearing many talks, discourses, visiting many places, you don't need. Earlier I said, life is short. Life is unpredictable. Half of it is lost in sleep. Childhood is childishness. Adolescence, all the hormones and glands begin to react. The person's worldview changes. Driven by libido, runs wild. Middle age, furies are less. For most people in middle age, it is like a hurricane devastated town. All broken things and leaves, and then old age, great awakening comes, I must do something. Yoga's text says that nothing can be done when you are old. Body has its own decline. So also with the mind, you must cut through the details. People go on pilgrimage. I advise a person, beginner, not to go on a pilgrimage. Pilgrimage is not the building, not the trees. Bathing in Ganges, I have seen my childhood. Every day, people bathing, but nothing changed. There are many creatures live on the Ganges. They have not become holy. To absorb the spirit of the place, you require the capacity of the mind. Otherwise it becomes a social exchange. Sri Ramakrishna said he saw some holy men sitting in the Panchavoti, talking and sewing with needle and talking. This Babu fed us luchi, this Babu fed us laddu. He said, this Swami fed us lunch. One day pasta, another day other things. That becomes, and then take picture, tap, 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 tap. That's a disease. Neither they see the thing, nor they see the picture. They come home and tell, this is this, this is this. M. the chronicler says, go to a place of pilgrimage, alone. Be anonymous. Don't take camera, tape recorder. Take the picture in your heart. Become lost. Don't get into social exchanges and others. Become dead for the few days. Forget your family, your home. And then you will feel. Then M says, come home. Remember, these are the pages and pages of that album. People say holy company. Holy company is not that, just I go. Hello sir, how is the weather today? What's the news? Bhagavad Gita says, Pariprasnena sevaya. Pariprasna means asking inquiry, but with proper attitude. Unless proper attitude, a holy man may not feel like telling you. Why he should tell you? What he learned through the toil and tears of a whole life, and you come first day. Can you tell me, why did you become a monk? For how many reasons? I said, as many hair I have on my head, that many reasons. So you have to, seva means some form of service to win his mind. He must feel compassion for you. He must feel that your need is urgent. Why he should tell you? He should not. He must prove. But we said, well, I met this sadhu, this Swami, this Swami. To get this spirit, so essential practice is to feed and develop spiritual root.